Today we're going to be talking about being creative. So, the beautiful thing about creativity is that everybody has access to it. And the thing about creativity is that without creativity, we wouldn't have anything in this world. And when you are creative, you inspire people without even knowing. And the thing is that a lot of people rather feed off other people's creativity rather than creating their own. And that's why trends exist and shit, because you want to you want to copy other people and shit. But I just feel like you need to be creative and just tap into your creativity. Most of the time, people have amazing ideas and they don't put it out there because they're scared and fear holds us back. But if you really think about it, all of our favorite leaders, they had to be creative. The reason why they stood out so much is because they were creative, because they did something that other people can't do. And the thing is, people don't do something because you're other people aren't doing it. But the thing is, you have to be the change you want to see in the world. You can't do things because other people are doing it. And I just feel like we're just so used to overnight success, but that's not how things work. I feel like with social media especially, we're so used to quick validation. But the thing is, when you're creative, you do it for you. You don't do it to receive validation, or you know what I mean? And this goes for anything, but I know most of our creativity comes from expressing online, and I feel like that's the new creativity, which is digital art, making videos and stuff. I feel like I would still consider that art, because you're sharing it with the world. But the thing about art is that you're just supposed to be expressing a part of your soul. Especially after you awaken spiritually, you're gonna be way more intuitive. Me personally, I have thoughts and ideas running in my mind all day. And I should be putting out way more with the type of thoughts and ideas that I have. But I feel like that's the problem. The problem is executing that and making those ideas into reality, especially when you know that you are connected to a higher source. It's about bringing it down to the third dimensional reality. And sometimes we get stuck on how to manifest that physically. If you have an idea, I don't think every single idea you have is meant to be put out there, but usually the ones that are random and you feel spontaneous about it, those are the best ones. But I feel like as humans we should be putting out way more things, but because of our human ego and mind, it has to pass through that first, and I'm not gonna lie, I judge what I put out into the world, what I post. I judge myself on that, because it's not that I care about what people think. It's about I just don't want to be wrong, and maybe that's the Virgo in me. So I tend to judge myself a little bit harsher, especially when I do create things, and I want to make sure that the information that I'm putting out there is accurate and truthful. And yeah, but I feel like creativity is in all forms, and integrating creativity into your life. And like the whole point of being creative is like not being afraid to be yourself. And that goes like for anything in your life. Like your outfit can be creative. Like the way that you decorate your house could be creative. You know, you don't have to follow like a certain template. And that's how I feel about with me. Like I don't really see anybody else really do the things that I do. You know, like obviously I've seen other people spiritually, but like, you know, I feel like I'm a unique person and I like it that way. And I know that like sometimes I feel a lot of pressure because like I'm doing things uniquely. So like there's not like a certain blueprint that I follow. And sometimes when I do things, I fear like I feel like a higher sense of like fear, because it's like I like, you know, people don't really like say the things that I say really. And the way that I express myself is just uniquely to my soul. So I feel like when you create art and stuff, and when you put stuff out that, you know, like other people aren't doing, and it's like, I just feel like you will feel fear, but you know, you just have to put it out anyway. You know, and like don't be afraid to correct yourself. Like if you put art out and like you just and it's not about like validation, it's about yourself. Because like let's say for example, like you post something and then you delete it. Like it's not necessarily because people seen it or whatever. It's like more of like, you know, I don't really like this, you know, my views have changed, you know, this art doesn't resonate with me anymore. And that is fine. You don't have to resonate with art, you know. I feel like art is just literally for the moment. You know what I mean? Like just like look at some artists that make music. They might feel that way at that time when they put it out, but years later they're like, oh, I don't feel that way anymore. Or like actors who act in movies, you know, like, oh, I don't really like that character anymore. You know, so like every creative expression, it's like it doesn't have to stay forever. Like you don't have to identify with your creative expression. I feel like something that helped me be more creative is seeing myself in third person, because a lot of people live life in first person. Obviously, like we live life in first person with your two eyeballs, but like I mean, like see yourself from like a third person point of view. Have moments where you have a separate identity from who you actually are, so you can like actually view yourself accurately. And I do this a lot. Like I view myself in third person, and I feel like that really helps me be creative and not be afraid to put things out, because I can see myself like if another person was viewing me. And like that's a beautiful perspective, because that's why so many people in the world, like we have so much anxiety, because it's like we see ourselves constantly in first person. But if you see yourself from like third person, even sixth person point of view, you can like when you finally come back into first person, you can detach from your own self and put stuff out without necessarily having identification with your vessel, you know? And I feel like that really helps, takes the pressure off of you. You're just like, I'm just putting this out. I'm not necessarily identifying with it. And that's it. You know, so when it comes to any form of creative expression, I feel like that's just beautiful. I love creating. I love putting things out into the world, because I feel like I feel fulfilled. I feel happy. I feel good knowing that I've expressed myself to the world in some way. And I feel like it helps your nervous system. It helps your brain, your soul, when you express yourself. And I feel like the more that your body feels comfortable being creative and expressing it, I feel like the more that your spirit, your soul is going to open up to divine ideas. And the thing is, like, when ideas come to you, guys think, oh, it's my brain, but it's not your brain, it's your consciousness, because we are souls. When you feel like you have an idea, it's coming from outside of you, it's not coming from inside of your brain. Every time I had an idea, I felt like it always came from a higher place. It never came from my brain, you know. And I feel like even with the emotions that we feel, like it's almost coming from a higher place, you know. And then it's like, when you learn and understand how to channel these types of things, it's beautiful, you know. And like, your art can inspire people in ways that you don't even understand. Like, you could put some art out and people could resonate with it, you know, in a weird way, and like create their own meaning to it. Like, you see, like, we hear songs every day, right? We could hear the same song and I could view it one way and you could view it another way. And like, that's the beauty about life, that we're just all looking into art to relate to each other, you know, to relate to our life. And that's the whole point of art, you know. Every single time you create something, it's going to have a different effect on somebody. It might make somebody mad. It might make somebody feel emotional. It might make somebody feel loved. It might, you know, that's literally what humans are. It's just about feeling emotions, and social media is literally about that. Social media is just about feeling emotions. One post makes you happy, one makes you sad, one, you know, when you realize, like, that's the code to humanity, is emotion and feel. You're gonna understand nothing is really serious, and we're all just here to express ourselves creatively, and it's a beautiful thing. So how you connect to your creativity is, you just have to sit with yourself in silence. Many people cannot hear their subconscious mind. When you activate your subconscious mind, that's when you're going to be able to hear all your creative thoughts. Many people are noise all the time. Turn off your phone, turn off everything. Meditate. You know, I feel like, me personally, I'm in a constant state of meditation. Like, I'm extremely connected to God, and like, I always get ideas and ideas and ideas. And for example, like, me making this video right now, this was a divine spark. Like, this came out of nowhere, like, not even 20 minutes ago, you know. And I listened to this divine spark that I had, wherever it came from. In my soul, I listened to this divine spark because it was loud enough. And I knew, hey, I have to do this. I have to create this and put it out. You know, so that's a prime example right there. So if you have like a certain idea and it's like really loud in your mind, just do it. Write it down, just do it. And I feel like the best thing is just do it right there at that moment. A lot of times we want to delay art. Oh, let me do this tomorrow. Actually, I have an idea that I want to go paint. Let me go ahead and do this tomorrow. No, you have to do that shit right there. Because all of the artists that we see, like, you see like Picasso, if he would have waited, oh, let me do the art tomorrow, like, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. Like, all the arts that we see, all the music we see, if those people would have waited, the art wouldn't be made. Because it's like, the thing about art is like, it's a channel, right? And it's like, it's a channel that you tune in, and then it's like tomorrow when you try to tap into the energy, it's not there anymore, right? I'm in the flow of the energy right now. That's why I'm able to do this. That's why I'm able to even speak right now, because I'm in the flow of the energy, you know? And like, I feel that divine spark right now. That's how I'm even able to speak about all this shit. So don't wait. Create the art now. When you have the idea, do it immediately. If it's loud enough, do it. Don't write it down, because it's like, by the time you want to resume it, you're not even going to have the motivation or the spark to do it. You know, when you have the urge to be creative, you have to do it at that moment. Don't wait. But yeah, anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. Please listen to your soul, to your ideas. They are important. And stop being selfish. If you feel like you have a great idea, don't be selfish. Put it out there. Because sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes you are just the vessel and the messenger for that art or whatever you're doing to get to those people, to inspire souls. It's not even about you sometimes. Stop being selfish, you know? Anyways, peace.